So run, you cur! Run! Tell all the other curs the law's coming! You tell them I'm coming! And hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Donald Trump lights a woman on fire in broad daylight, and Joy Reid is now fired. Let's get into it. Okay, so if you didn't see on Friday, Trump was at some event giving a speech. I think the governor's ball or something like that, where you have all the governors come in. And one of them was the governor of Maine, Janet Mills, who is not doing what she's supposed to do in terms of making sure that men are not in women's sports. She's kind of trying to defy that. Let's go ahead and play the clip so you have full context.
The NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Well, are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good, I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics. Every state has a responsibility to comply with Title IX. They have an obligation, a legal obligation, and we'll be enforcing aggressively, and we're going to be protecting our citizens. We're going to protect.
All right, so there's a clip. I want to go back to the beginning. I was trying to find a version of this that had her her words and captions, but I couldn't find it. What it sounds like she says at the very beginning, he says that is the governor of Maine here. It sounds like she says, damn right I am. Let's listen to that again and see if we hear that.
Complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Well,
it really sounds like that. It really sounds like she says, damn right I am. One more time. I'm going to try to turn it up for myself. Let's see.
And Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Well,
yeah, she says, damn right I am.
Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Yep. What a bitch. Anyway, so she's trying to act tough probably because she looks like a man. But this was absolutely beautiful. Obviously, men should not be in women's sports. We've talked about this before. Going back to that video of that Super Bowl commercial about the women flag football. I've said it before. Just let them play football. Let them put on the pads, hit each other. If some of them are not tough enough for it, they can leave. Just let them do what men do without putting men in their own sport so they get freaking injured and break all kind of limbs and stuff. But I wanted to talk about this. I also wanted to talk about the Joy Reid situation. Okay, so if you haven't heard, today Joy Reid was finally fired from MSNBC. If you don't know who she is, she's the incredibly crazy racist lady. I'll try to show you some clips in a little bit of the kind of person that she is. But if she was white and acted the way that she did, people would call her a white supremacist because she is in fact a black supremacist. And nobody wants to be white more than Joy Reid. Nobody. She even wore her hair like Trump at one point. I'll try to find that picture for you too. But let's go ahead and get into this article. This is from Forbes report, MSNBC to cut Joy Reid as network revamps prime time. MSNBC is reportedly planning a major shakeup of its prime time lineup, with Joy Reid's 7 p.m. Eastern show, The REID'S, slated to be canceled, with a final episode airing as early as this week. New York Times reports the network's new president, Rebecca Cutler, has led plans for a revamped lineup that would include Simone Sanders Townsend, who is it's not much better than Joy Reid. She's just as, maybe not just as crazy, but she's crazy too. If you don't know who Simone Sanders is, I guess she got recently married with the last name Townsend, but Simone Sanders is the lady that said that it's time for us not to have a white president. And then immediately, as soon as she was asked, she joined Joe Biden's campaign. People like Simone Sanders, they don't care about anything but power and money. They have no principles, and most of these people are going to end up burning with their power and money in the end. So, so Simone Sanders, Michael Steele, who I think, if I remember correctly, that's another crazy black supremacist on MSNBC, and Alicia Menendez, I don't know who that is, currently co-host of MSNBC's The Weekend, and they're all moving into the 7 p.m. time slot. So basically, enough people have complained about Joy Reid to the point that they finally got rid of her, but they're just replacing her with like little minions that act just like her. So it's not really a change. It's just a change in face and just doing something so you can say that you've changed when really you haven't. But see, these people are so stubborn. They're going to continue replacing these people with the same kind of people, and people are tired of it. So what we're going to see is pride before the fall, right? And we're seeing the fall. I think CNN might be the lowest rated network at this time. MSNBC, they're definitely going down with CNN as well. But I love it. I mean, just keep replacing these people with the same people and just watch them fall. I freaking love it. All right, let's keep going. The changes, which could involve the network's programming across all day parts, represent the first major moves by Cutler, who took over as MSNBC president earlier this month. The network currently outperforms CNN, but trails longtime leader Fox News channel. Fox News, they've definitely had their issues in the past. If you remember when Trump lost in 2020, there was the woman, I think she was the daughter of the person that owned Fox News. She tweeted out that we did it. And we all know what happened. The media worked against Trump to get him out of office, along with the China virus, which is also orchestrated by the deep state and the Uniparty. So that's the truth. That's what happened. But luckily we have Trump back in office, hopefully for another 8 years. Yes, 8 years. Hopefully he'll be able to get another term, considering the fact that he did not have consecutive terms. He is able to get 3 terms if he wants to. You're going to have all these people freak out and try to call him a dictator, but he absolutely deserves it. We the people deserve it. So I can't wait for that to happen. A network spokesperson on Sunday declined to comment on the reporting. And word of REID'S exit follows early reporting by Puck and Variety about the future of MSNBC as the network prepares for a new future as Comcast prepares to spin off its cable channels into a separate publicly traded company. As part of the event Prime Time, MSNBC is reportedly considering replacing Alex Wagner, who has hosted Alex Wagner Tonight 4 nights a week at 9 p.m. Eastern. In January, the network announced that star host Rachel Maddow, who had dialed back, top-rated the Rachel Maddow show to just 1 night a week, which is incredible. I have to look up her salary. Rachel Maddow does 1 show a week, and she makes more than you or me, any of us, are ever going to make in a year. It's incredible. It just goes to show how crooked these people are. They're all in bed together, and they all just try to pay each other off to keep their mouths shut. But luckily, we have people in power now that are going to expose them like cockroaches. But let's keep going here. Yeah, just 1 night a week. Would host 5 nights a week for the first 100 days of the Trump administration. So for the first 100 days, she's actually going to work a full week's worth of work. Wow. Aren't you jealous? She gets all that money, and she doesn't even work a full week. That's incredible. The original plan called for Wagner, who has been reporting on the new administration from across the country, to return to 9 p.m. Now that time slot may go to former White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, another piece of crap, who currently hosts Inside with Jen Psaki, which launched in 2023 and was conceived by Cutler. Inside is currently the network's highest rated weekend program. I would have to guess that's from a bunch of hate watch. This little redhead right here, she used to be Biden's press secretary, realized that it was an impossible job, and then quit because she couldn't do it. If you could remember, she was the one that kept saying, I'll have to circle back on that. I'll have to circle back on that. And then she never circled back on it. So she just quit because she's a quitter. Let's see here. Yeah, Wagner will remain with the network as a correspondent. Quote, "This is going to be a really exciting time, but also a challenging time." Yep, Cutler told MSNBC leaders during an internal meeting this month. "I think it's important that we as leaders are honest about that and honest about the challenges ahead. Our jobs are hard on a normal day. Bullshit. And these are not normal times. We have a new company. We have new leadership. We will have new offices, and we will have a nonstop news cycle," Cutler said. "I think it's important that we all share in the exciting parts of what the year ahead is going to mean in terms of getting to build a new news organization, one that is built for us, them, not for you, built for them, for our needs, their needs first, to be part of a new company that is standing itself up, and that we have a seat at the table at the ground floor of that, and what that's going to look like, and we get to help determine that. It's going to be hard, no. Well, actually, it might be hard to try to lie to the masses with this administration. It might be pretty difficult to do that, but it's also going to be exciting and interesting and a really important time to do what all of us do, which is lie. That's what they do. That's all they do. So that's the article. That's the news. Like I said, I will try to throw up a video of Joy Reid and her crazy ass here in a second, but that's the news on Joy Reid and that beautiful clip of Trump lighting that woman on fire. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did I get anything wrong? Do you disagree with me or agree with me? Please hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time.
We've laid out the stakes in this crucial election, where one side stands for freedom while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism, namely a far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain or Mussolini's Italy. These two men are both elderly. Donald Trump is an elderly man who, for whatever reason, was given 9 seconds to take a iconic photo op during an active shooter situation. Weird situation. We'll figure that out one day. But his survival of that and bouncing right back and going right to his convention is being conveyed in the media world as a sign of strength. This current president of the United States is 81 years old and has COVID. Should he be fine in a couple of days? Doesn't that convey exactly the same thing? That he's strong enough, older than Trump, to have gotten something that used to really be fatal to people his age. So if he does fine out of it and comes back and is able to do rallies, isn't that exactly the same?
It should.
I mean, it's not exactly the same. It's not the same incident, but it's an elderly man coming through out of an illness.
It should.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.